Hi, I'm Robert Moody and welcome to Online Insights. I'm taking a jog right now around Baxter Boulevard here at the Back Cove in Portland, Maine. I know this is not the way you normally see me if you come to our concerts on the stage at Merrill Auditorium. Of course, most often I'm dressed in a tuxedo and our orchestra is dressed very wonderfully in white tie and tails and gorgeous black dresses. But we want to have you get a chance to sort of see a bit behind the scenes and what makes the musicians tick when they're not on stage at Merrill. How do they get into this business? What do they do in their daily lives? What are their other interests? Things like that. We're going to start with, well, we're going to start with taking a look at me. This is a good story. I don't come from a musical family. My father is a graduate of Clemson University, is a retired mechanical engineer. My mother, homemaker, she played the piano a little bit, but really we're talking about old church hymnody, you know, where you play an old church hymn, bringing in the sheaves or something like that and bang the octaves with the left hand. I'm from Greenville, South Carolina originally, but truth be told, my family is from a town called Possum Kingdom, South Carolina. And no, I did not make that up, that's true. Possum Kingdom, South Carolina. Pretty much everyone there is related to me. And you can imagine very little Bach, Beethoven, and Mozart in Possum Kingdom. But in the third grade, at the end of third grade at the public school where I attended, Duncan Chapel Elementary School in Greenville, South Carolina, the strings teacher for fourth grade came to our class. He made a presentation on string instruments. Here's the violin, viola, cello, bass. Wouldn't it be fun to play a string instrument? I barely remember this happening. When he passed around a sign-up sheet to sign up for the class starting in fourth grade, I did not sign my name. Now fast forward to fourth grade. Beginning of fourth grade, the teacher came back to our class, had the sign-up sheet in his hand, and called off the names of kids who were on the sign-up sheet. And lo and behold, my name was on the list. I had no idea why it was on there until a girl in my third and fourth grade classes, my third, fourth grade girlfriend, Sherry Bednar, she started laughing because she remembered that she had written my name down on the sign-up sheet thinking that would be funny. I was too shy and embarrassed of a 9-year-old to try and explain that to a teacher, so I went to the class, and here I am. Often I pinch myself because I think, my gosh, I am now doing exactly what I wanted to do when I was 15 and 16 years old, and I can make a living at it. It's really a great reality that I don't underestimate how lucky I am and how powerful that is. The other sort of areas that have my interest, I actually love math very much, and for one term in college, I was a double major, math and music, but I stress one term. My high school claim to fame is that I made a 5 on the AP Calculus test. I was very proud of that. I also love history very much, and I think if I really were going to take on a different career, I'd be interested to be a college professor and a history professor, probably focusing on American history, which really garners a lot of my interest. And in my fantasy world, I would be a ski instructor out in the Rockies. I try and fill my days off with as little thought about classical music and orchestral music as possible. I love to be outdoors, so typically you're going to find me jogging or biking or hiking, or if the weather is right, skiing. I am a huge fan of the Duke Ellington quote that there are only 2 types of music, good and bad. So if you listen to my iPod or if you looked at my playlist, you would see, yes, I have classical music, and yes, I have a good amount of Beethoven and Wagner and Tchaikovsky and Mahler, but I have probably much more music from other genre, and that's everything. Rock, pop, country, bluegrass, folk music, jazz, and on and on. When I'm working, there's definitely a musical soundtrack in my head, so if anyone came to the final concert of the 2009-2010 season, we finished with the Mahler Second Symphony. And there's a way in which when I'm conducting that piece, very much a soundtrack is going through my head. I find that during off times and during sort of the rest of the day and the rest of my life, I'm pretty constantly thinking about music. I will pay attention to the way, if I'm driving, my car tires will start creating a rhythm on the bumps across a bridge, and it will remind me of a song. And next thing I know, I'll be humming that song. When I'm jogging, I actually set up my iPod to be the right tempos for my run. So I go looking for music that's the right tempo for my run. And right now, I'm running to everything from David Archuleta to Prince to Nine Inch Nails. There's a complete to a couple of movements of Beethoven symphonies because they all fit the tempo at which I want to run. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, on our website, portlandsymphony.org, and most importantly, we'll see you at the concerts. I'm off to my job.